A really good entertaining game this afternoon, Mark, but you'll be disappointed, I would imagine, that it's 1 point rather than the 3.
Yeah, I mean, after a terrible start again, we got ourselves back into the game well, and I think we played well, actually. I thought we were a good threat with the ball throughout the game, and then in the second half, when they started to cause us some problems, changed the shape, brought a striker on who we didn't really get control of in Joe Garner a little bit. But didn't feel under massive threat, really. I think when you look at the game, it's fairly balanced in lots of ways. We're probably a bit frustrated that we haven't come out with 3 for sure, because we feel we've played quite well today. But at the same time, you never turn our nose up at a point at the moment. It's games we want to try and go consecutively where we're scoring points. And from what we set out to do today and what we asked from the players, there was a lot of positive signs from them for what we did. And they worked the socks off in the end, So well done to them, really. And I think it's a decent point, but we're a little bit hurt that we haven't taken everything from it against a good side. You know, that they didn't create too much second half, but we allow him maybe to cut inside a little bit. But yeah, sometimes you have to say it's a great finish from the lad to get the equaliser. So look, we take the point and get ourselves ready for another really tough one here on Tuesday.
Yeah, hallmark of your side that they're so hard working, but going back to that, the opening minute or two of the game, as with Lincoln a couple of weeks ago, conceding very early, how frustrating is that for you?
Yeah, for all of us really. That's not us. We shouldn't look like. You look at how well we defended the box last week at Portsmouth. They couldn't get a sniff against us. For a lot of times the ball was in there, and we've lost a man. He scores a header at the back post, and it's the worst of starts really. But the best thing is, you can't have that. But it didn't spook us this time like it did last time. So in a stupid way, maybe we learnt a little lesson from how to respond to that happening. But we've got to stop that happening in the first instance.
Yeah, and it was the right response. I mean, your side very much on the front foot, and it was an intriguing game tactically, actually. And it was obvious, I think, for all to see that they were leaving plenty of space on the edge of the box, Fleetwood, and Adam May capitalised on that. It was a brilliant strike.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it would look different to last week, but we felt like that team firstly had earned the right to play again. That shape was going to be one that we thought could help us. We knew we weren't certain with the shape that Fleetwood would start, and we knew that they would change shape in game because they've done that regularly. So we thought flexibility in our team shape would be important, and we were going to have to keep flipping and changing the midfield shape, which is why we ended up Adam in a bit more of an advanced position at times. We tend to have done that with a more attacking midfielder naturally, or with a forward, but we felt like we needed him to be that one because at times we were going to play the opposite way in midfield and play a bit deeper, so we needed 3 central midfielders on the pitch to get control in all the moments that we were going to need it. But he got some good support positions up to Joey, and he struck it brilliantly. Really good hit from him from outside the box, and I think we probably deserved something at the time when we got it. We needed something to make sure we went in with some encouragement at half time. But I agree, I thought tactically it was a good game, an interesting game, and I thought we adapted and adjusted to things relatively well.
Yeah, second half, obviously a very different response from the start of the first, and I have to say the second goal tucked away by Shiloh Tracy, I think everyone in the stadium enjoyed that one. Brilliantly engineered by Jack down the left here.
Brilliant. We asked those boys today, take the space if they drop off against you. I love the way that the fullbacks committed to carrying the ball forwards. I loved the intent the 2 wide players played with. One of them games really where you sort of think, right, we might need to freshen this up and put Jack on the pitch or put Dunks on the pitch to just give us that freshness, but the 2 wide players looked like they still had plenty in them to be a threat throughout the game, so we didn't make those changes. We may have to make those changes and freshen things up for Tuesday night. We'll see how everybody reports on Monday and what we think of Gillingham, but I really enjoyed the intent and the attacking quality that they played with. I thought Brofs was really creative, really brave to go and take people on and take risks in the final third, and Shiloh's just adding to his game all the time. It's great movement in the box, really good finish, and really well executed and engineered by Jack.
You know, so your side looked like they were going to hold out. I mean, it was a lovely strike from Paddy Lane, who climbed off the bench to get the equaliser for them, and I guess they showed why they're 5 unbeaten going into this one. Yeah,
I mean, they're a good side, no doubt, and they've scored 2 against Sunderland and 4 against Rotherham, so we know they're a goal threat. They've got a brilliant record of coming from behind, a brilliant record of scoring late in games. So we knew that going into it, and we weren't able to get through that period. I think certain things are, you see how clinical they are in that sort of situation. We have a good header with Adam in the second half that we might do better with. Just after 2-1, we counter-attack brilliantly. Brofs probably doesn't see the inside of him, and it's a cutback rather than a flash across the goal. And it's those small moments that we've got to make sure we are just improving all the time, because that's the moment where we might be able to further extend the lead and give ourselves a cushion to defend. But in the main, you can't moan too much. The players have given us a lot of what we asked for, and in a in a week ahead. We wanted to see how we're going to come out of these 3 games, where we're going to be at 10 game point. To start with a point's okay. To take 4 from the last 2 games is okay. But of course, we sort of feel like there might have been more in that for us.
Yeah, you're talking about moments in the game. There was a moment actually on 90 minutes. Sam Smith goes down in the box and big shouts for a penalty. What was your view on that one?
Yeah, really hard. At the time, you thought there was something in it for sure. You felt like you were going to get a penalty. We've watched it back, but it's so far away from our camera view, you can't really see it too well. But I thought the game would just carry on. I thought there'd be a flow to it and it would continue if it wasn't a foul on him. I assumed we would just finish that attack and we were in behind. So, yeah, I haven't seen that one back, but some strange decisions throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, a draw it is then, but it keeps a decent run going. Just 1 defeat in 8 here at the Abbey, 2 defeats in 9, all in all competitions, and into the top half of the table, Mark, now as well.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting that you never quite know how to respond or react after a draw sometimes, especially when you've been ahead. It feels disappointing and we might feel like we've dropped some points there. But at the same time, well, as we adjust to the level and we find different ways of playing teams, you hope that we can get through these 10 games in good shape, through the next week in good shape, and then we can review where we're at and take all the learnings from that into the next block of games. But yeah, look, we have to say a decent enough afternoon, but tinged with a bit of disappointment that we might have taken more from it.
In terms of personnel today, Mark, no Wes Houlihan. We know he's struggling with a bit of a muscle injury, we think, to his chest. How's he progressing? And no Lloyd Jones today either.
Yeah, Wes has got a little problem with his chest, a little problem with his knee, but as he's settling down, hopefully he'll be back soon. And Lloyd took a whack in the Tottenham game right towards the end. He made a block and sort of jarred his ankle a little bit, which for a night where he didn't have too much to do, it was frustrating that happened. So just wasn't quite settled down in time for today. So we missed him, but Gibbs' first game in League One, good experience for him to see that, and played against a couple of strikers. We expected Callum Morton to be there for them today. He wasn't. It changed the dynamic of them. They had a physical striker in Edmondson, and then Garner comes on and offers that real experience and good body work to play against. So good for him, but we're hoping Lloyd can settle down and get himself ready for Tuesday.